Welcome to the video solution of your selected question from the Mathematics the Easy Way DVD. If you have not yet seen the introduction video on the DVD, please do so now, as it outlines how the Easy Way series will help students to be successful in their CXC exam. While the Easy Way video solutions will help to cement the understanding of certain special questions, the solution books are still absolutely necessary as they cover all the various types of questions that are set in CXC exams.
Welcome to question 5A, CSET Math Exam, June 2012 video solution. This is a geometry construction question, and we're asked to use a compass, a ruler, and a pencil to construct triangle PQR, in which PQ is 8 centimeters, angle QPR is 45 degrees, and angle PQR is 60 degrees. So let's go ahead and show the construction. Now first, we want to draw our line PQ. And that's it. So we draw a line segment, and then we need to mark off our P and Q such that it is 8 centimeters long. So we can place our ruler on this line segment, and at 0 we place P, and at 8 centimeters we place Q, and so our line will be 8 centimeters long. So that's PQ, 8 centimeters long. And then what we want to do, we want to construct the angle QPR, that's this angle here at P. The angle at P is 45 degrees. So the angle here must be 45 degrees. R is going to be somewhere up here. So here we want a 45 degrees angle. Now to construct a 45 degree angle, we must first construct a 90 degree angle here, and then bisect that 90 degree angle to form our 45 degree angle. To construct that 90 degree angle, what we're going to do is bisect a line segment through P. So first, we're going to extend the line from P back so we can make an arc from P to create a line segment. So at P, we're going to open the compass and make an arc to create a line segment such that P is the midpoint of that line segment, and that's the arc. And then from these 2 points, from the ends of this line segment that we have created, that's here and here, we're gonna go ahead and bisect this line segment, and that will create for us the 90 degrees. So from here, we're gonna open the compass so we can make arcs somewhere here and make our first arc from here. And then, without changing the angle of the compass, without shifting the angle of the compass, we move the point to here and make a second arc to cross this first arc. And that's it. And so that's that second arc from here. And then the straight line from P through the intersection will make our 90 degree angle. And that's it. So this angle here now is 90 degrees. And from here to here, we have a 90 degree arc. So if we can bisect this 90 degree arc through this point, we will form a 45 degrees angle. So we're going to focus on this point and on this point so that we can bisect this 90 degree arc. So from this point, we're going to adjust our compass so we can make an arc here, and from here we're going to make another arc to cross it here. So we are bisecting this 90 degree arc. So firstly, we make this first arc from here. So with this as the center, we make this arc. And then, without changing the angle of the compass, we make the second arc from here to cross this first one here. And so the straight line through P, through the intersection, will bisect this 90 degree angle and form a 45 degree angle. And so we can show that line. So this line now is bisecting this arc and also bisecting this 90 degree angle. And so the angle here is 45 degrees. So we can go ahead and show that. So we know R is somewhere on this line. We don't know the distance PR, but we know R is somewhere on this line. Now at this point Q, we want to construct our 60 degree angle because we are told that angle PQR is 60 degrees. So that's angle PQR R is 60 degrees. So the angle here must be 60 degrees. So what we want to do is construct a 60-degree angle here. So from this point Q, we want to make an arc that comes all the way up here, and then from the intersection of that arc with the line here, we're going to cross that first arc, and that will give us our 60-degree angles. Only 2 arcs are required for a 60-degree angle. So from here, we're going to open the compass and make our first arc such that it is nice and long, passing all the way up here. So let's go ahead and show that. So that's the first arc from here. And then we're going to move the point of the compass to here. And remember, we cannot shift the compass. We cannot change the angle of the compass. We're going to move the point of the compass here. So that's it. So this is going to be the center of our second arc. And we're going to make an arc now to cross this first arc. And that's it. So from here, we are making this second arc. And the straight line from here through this intersection will make an angle 60 degrees here. So we can go ahead and show that line. And so this angle here is 60 degrees. And so if that angle is 60 degrees and this angle is 45 degrees, then the intersection of these two lines is where R is located. And we can go ahead and show that. And therefore R is right here. And that's it. We have constructed our triangle PQR such that PQ is 8 centimeters, angle QPR is 45 degrees, and angle PQR is 60 degrees. And that's our construction. Part 2 is asking us to measure and state the length of RQ. So what we do is place our ruler along this line such that the 0 on the ruler is right at R, and so we can measure the distance RQ and mark it right here. And when we measure with our ruler, we should get something close to 5.86 centimeters. So if we have 5.9 or maybe even 5.8, that will be good enough for your exam. Alright, so we just need to measure that length RQ with our ruler. And that's the answer for that part. Let's move down now to part B. Now part B is a coordinate geometry question. We are given this line L passing through the points S66 and T0, -2. We must recognize that this is a point on the y-axis because the x value here is 0, and this line has a y-axis intercept of -2. So we must observe that up front. Now the first part of the question is asking us for the gradient of the line L, and we can simply go ahead and use the gradient formula. Now the gradient of the line L, which we'll call M, is the difference in y divided by the difference in x between the 2 points. And since we are starting with ys minus yt, this is the y value at s minus the y value at t, we have to divide by the x value of s minus the x value of t. If we do s minus t when we're taking the difference of y, we also have to do s minus t when we're taking the difference of x. So remember now, it's a difference in y divided by the difference in x. And the direction we use for the difference in y must be the same for the difference in x. And so we can place those values in, and that's it. Ys, that's the y value at s, is 6, that's here, minus, that's this minus here, and then the y value at t is -2. So it's 6 minus -2. And then the difference in x is x value at s is 6, and the x value at t is 0. So it's 6 minus 0. And then this 6 minus -2 is actually 6 plus 2. And this denominator, 6 minus 0, is 6. So the result here is 8 divided by 6. And if we simplify this, it becomes 4 divided by 3. We simply divide the numerator and the denominator by 2. And so the gradient of the line L is 4 divided by 3. Next, we're asked for the equation of L. Now to find the equation of a line, we need a point and the gradient. And we actually have the gradient already of the line L. And we have 2 points. We can use any one of these 2 points. Let's we're using the point S. If we are using the point S, then we have to use what we call the point gradient form for the equation of a line, and this is it. So to be y minus the y value at S equals the gradient of the line multiplied by x minus the x value at S. X and y here represent general points on the line L. So all we need to do is put in the value for the y value at S, put in the gradient here, and put in the value for the x value at S here. And that will give us the equation of the line. Let's go ahead and show the values. So it's y minus ys here, which is 6. The gradient of the line L is m, which is 4 divided by 3 here, multiplied by x, this is x, minus the x value at S. The x value at S is 6. And that's it. And all we need to do now is simplify this, and that would be our equation of the line L. And so it's y minus 6, and it's 4 divided by 3 multiplied by x. That's it. 4 divided by 3 multiplied by x. And then this 4 divided by 3 multiplied by negative 6 is 8, because it is 4 times negative 6, that's negative 24, divided by 3. 24 divided by 3 is 8. And so this reduces to y minus 6 equals 4 divided by 3x minus 8. And then if we take this negative 6 over this side and add it, we get negative 8 plus 6 on this side. And so the result is y equals 4 divided by 3 minus 2. And that's it if we're using the point gradient form. Now, because we also have the y-axis intercept, which is our c, we can go ahead and use the gradient intercept form for the equation of a line. So we could use this formula, or we could use this formula in this case, because we actually have the y-axis intercept, which is c. This is y equals mx plus c, where m is the gradient and c is the y-axis intercept which we have. So actually this is y equals mx plus yt, because yt actually is the y-axis intercept, the c value. And so we can go ahead and place a value for m, which is 4 divided by 3, and the yt, which is the y-axis intercept, negative 2. And we see that the equation of a line is simply y equals 4 divided by 3x minus 2. And that's the same result as here. And that's the answer for part 2 of question 5b. Let's move down now to part 3. Part 3 is asking us for the midpoint of TS, and we can simply use the midpoint formula between the points S and T, and that is the average of the x values and the average of the y values. That's how we calculate the midpoint of a line segment. The average of the x values, that's x coordinate at the midpoint, and the average of the y values will be the y coordinate at the midpoint. So we can go ahead and place those values in. XS is 6. X at t is 0, ys is 6, that's here, and yt is negative 2 here. And then we're dividing this by 2, and we're dividing this by 2. So that's 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 6 minus 2 is 4, divided by 2 is 2. So that's 3, 2. And so the midpoint of TS is the point 3, 2. And then in part 4, we're asked for the length of the line TS, and we can go ahead and use the length of a line formula, and that is the square root of the difference in the x value squared plus the difference in the y value squared. This is derived from Pythagoras' theorem, right? That's the difference in the x value squared plus the difference in the y value squared. So that's xs minus xt squared plus ys minus yt squared. S and t, as we have, are the 2 points. So we can go ahead and substitute the coordinates of the points. And that's it. XS is 6 from here, and XT is 0 from here. So that's 6 minus 0 squared plus, that's a plus here. And then YS here is 6 minus, that's this minus here. And then YT is negative 2. So this actually is 6 minus negative 2. And then the square outside here. And when we go ahead, 6 minus 0 is 6, so that's 6 squared, and 6 minus minus 2, that's actually 6 plus 2, that's 8. So it's going to be 8 squared. So that reduces to 6 squared plus 8 squared, and 6 squared is 36. 8 squared is 64. 36 plus 64 is 100. Square root of 100 is 10. And so the length of the line TS is 10 units. And that's the answer for question 5B part 4. And that's the end of question 5. And we'll do question 6 later in our next video. Okay, see you then.
You have just seen the video solution for a special CXC question, but this is only one of the many different ways that these questions are written. All mathematical principles can only be fully understood by solving many questions, and so I always tell my students, more maths equals better maths, and if they study hard, they will pass easily. All the various types of CXC questions are covered in the Easy Way Mathematics Solution book, and you need to practice every single one of them. Other books in the series are the Easy Way Multiple Choice Specimen book, the Easy Way Unit 1 Cape Mathematics Solution book, and the Easy Way Account Solution book. Please feel free to contact me with your comments and queries at any time.